Good evening, good evening. Welcome in, everybody. HT, how's it going? Please tell me you got good news for me, boss. Welcome in, everybody. We're going to do tea time collective, coffee time collective, whatever you want. But either way, we're going to throw some cards. I hope you've all had a good day. The snow has finally hit where I am. So I guess the least we have, the least I have to go outside, the better, right? It's all pulled back, that's why. Don't worry, I didn't cut it off. I hope you're all well. Good evening, Ellie. Potatoes, Cecilia. Hey there, Gypsy. Hopefully you got your coffee. I got mine. I just want to say thank you to my members and to my supporters. You guys have really been quite the checkmate, and you've helped get me through a really rough spot. So a big shout out to you. I'm extremely grateful to have you part of my life. Okay. Let's see here. Sure. Mm, that's better. Diana. It's all pulled back. It's out of my way. Great spirit, guides, guards, protectors, angels, ancestors, divine light, and the dragon. I thank you for being here tonight to provide protection, wisdom, guidance, healing to myself and the collective. Allow me to be a channel for your messages. Let's start off with the collective. Let's see how it goes. Right off the bat, the hangman on the bottom. The four of wands on the top. We've got the seven of swords in the reverse for the split. We've got the chariot in the reverse coming out next to the hangman. energy I'm getting from this, somebody's trying to create a foundation, taking back what's rightfully theirs. They're not walking away. They're standing up on boundaries. And because of that, someone is trying to get them stuck, as if they don't have a right to stick up for themselves. I think this is something having to do with the chariot. I'm getting Cancer energy. They colluded with another person to bring instability to you. And they made it look like a cup of compassion. But they were trying to take away your stability, take away any other possible offers of stability, not allow you to move on into a new direction. And they made truce with the air sign. But they're very dark and manipulative. But somehow they feel that they have the audacity and the knowledge on how to dictate somebody else's life as if they're some sort of puppet. Spirit's telling me not for long. You will be able to take a new step in a new direction. And by the looks of it, you'll be receiving sevenfold blessings as you go. And Seven of Swords. There's something about falling off and working in silence. There's something about finally taking time out to heal, to replenish, get back to an equal equilibrium. Welcome in, Hillary. Potato. Let's switch up the energy. What's the overall collective? What's the overall collective energy right now? We've got a Three of Pentacles, Ace of Swords. So there's people unsure about the lies. What about it? Seven of Wands. Oh, people don't like, apparently. There's some sort of boundaries being made. Seven of Cups. It's about walking away from emotional connections that no longer serve you due to some sort of manipulation. Eight of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, they can't walk away. I'm getting an obsession kind of energy. Am I picking up on the karmics, or am I picking up on the stalkers? I didn't want it to make a Jerry Springer show that soon. I don't know. Let's see. It's supposed to be coffee time. I should maybe drink some coffee. What do we want to know about tonight? Anybody have any directions or questions to start off with? Maybe that I can look into as a collective. I'm not necessarily pulling a blank or anything, but to some degree, I am allowing my collective to have a little bit of an impact as well. Collective take the lead. I could do a numbered one tonight. Okay. Yeah, pick a number between 1 and 3. I'll do 3 different time limits. That's probably a good idea. So you pick a number between 1 and 3. Keep it to yourself. Don't put it in the chat. Prospects ahead, love, and job. Okay. I'll do a Celtic cross. I'll do a minute. I'll do a minute. Alright. Your messy love life. Things are going to get better there, HT. Things will get better. Already we got a Knight of Pentacles. So somebody wants to come in with some sort of an offer of stability. Okay, so, number 1. What's the mini for number 1? Okay. Alright, number 1. You might be a little bit confused right now. You very well could be dealing with some sort of conflict, whether it be within yourself or with others. And I think this is mainly why you pulled back your energy. You have hope in your heart still, even after all of this. It's probably a good thing. And I do believe that there very well could be some sort of a commitment that you're putting behind you. And can I get a overall? You're looking towards the future, and you're leaving somebody out in the cold. What do we got on the bottom? We got Knight of Cups in the reverse. So you might have been dealing with some sort of wishy-washy energy. You might have had to invoke your inner strength for this particular person. Yeah, this is particularly somebody that kept you stuck. Somebody that didn't want to get you moving, get you going, whatever the case may be. They tried to keep you. I can't even talk. Give me my throat back. Give me my voice back. Thank you. bottom, not choice. Nine of Wands in the reverse. So this is rather manipulative energy, emotionally and intentionally, right? So this is like premeditated coercion. So I could understand why you left them out in the cold and why you want to move on and move towards the future. Very well could be Taurus energy. Now this very well could be that you know, you could have gained a new perspective. And this could very well be you stepping into some sort of a spiritual kind of aspect. Right? You could have regained connection or had some sort of an enlightenment to where you connected to your higher power. Or you very well could have made a vow, made a commitment with someone. So either way, you're kind of focusing on yourself after some sort of conflict due to some sort of obstacle. In your head, you're not really too sure as to what or where you're going yet. But in your heart, you still have hope. There's still a lot of energy there. There's still a lot of enthusiasm. What you're moving into, though, is the Ten of Pentacles. So that's pretty good. You're moving into a more stable energy. As well, with moving towards the future, you're putting to rest all that no longer serves you. You're finally making the changes to your stability to make it a strong foundation rather than building on quicksand, right? I get this feeling of checking yourself before wrecking yourself to some degree. So number one, I hope that message helped you. Number two, for some odd reason, I have somebody coming into my comments saying that I don't engage in the chat enough. But yet most of you understand that when I'm channeling and whatnot, you know, I leave the chat for you guys so that way you guys can converse back and forth about the current video. You know, you guys can share your stories to relate to. Gives you a safe place to unpack. I might not always be attentive in the chat, but I do take time out to do that. All right, number two, what do we got going on for you? Number two. Something's coming to light. You're going to be getting some sort of downloads, number two. If you haven't had them before, hang on. Brace yourself. It's going to be a bumpy ride. Arg. I'm just being funny. Hang on. Pay attention to your surroundings, okay? Got some sneaky energy kicking around. Two more. One more. Okay. Fine. As if. As if. Number two. I'm getting a fuck around and find out kind of energy from you. We got the Seven of Cups in the reverse, and we've got the Seven of Pentacles. You're definitely focused. You're focused on yourself, for instance. Right now, your current situation is there's a lot of deception happening. Got the Ace of Swords in the reverse. And then we have the Six of Cups on its side. So you don't know whether or not to focus on the past or to focus on the future or be in the present. But I think at this point, uh, you're having a hard time being in the present. And it's mainly due to the fact that there's a lot of illusions coming to light within your headspace, within your mind. You, your mind's been on it. My goodness, thank you so much. Purple Aqua, thank you. You just blew my freaking mind. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, trying to get back to my thought. Um, anyhow, we've got a lot of illusions coming to light, and I think this is the download. A lot of revelations. Maybe you're going through an ascension. Maybe you're connecting some dots. Maybe you're making something right. And in your heart, you're kind of going on a journey. And I think this is to empower you and yourself and your your foundation. Ultimately, this is representing some sort of a journey. It's some sort of balance. It's knowing where to go. Not really needing a map. You're just kind of going with intention and with divine intervention. You've had to go through a lot. With the strength card I find in the reverse and the fact that you're leaving that behind you, there's a lot of lessons being learned. And the fact that you've now taken those lessons and you've applied those lessons and you're moving forward with that wisdom, I think this is creating a more of an empowerment for you, a better understanding, a new perspective to your overall current situation. Now, where you were in this time of reflection, I think now you're coming out of your shell. Okay? You're no longer wanting to be in this hermit mode. So you're coming out of that paradigm and that frame of mind. And I think this has kind of got people torn. Um, we've got the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. This is about assessing things and finding out that it was all for nothing. Okay. Uh, but ultimately, there's still lessons being learned with this one. Okay. The Seven of Cups in the reverse. This is about focusing on yourself, not having to worry about all the illusions and everything going on. Okay. You're focusing on what's important. Now, the Queen of Wands in the reverse and the Knight of Wands in reverse. I'm kind of curious on that. I'm going to look into that. What's the deal with the Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups? What about it? Seven of Wands. That's clarifying. The Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is out here too. I get a feeling that there's somebody trying to get you out of your comfort zone by blocking you out. There's something going on with that. Specifically with the Seven of Wands on its side as well. That's about standing up for yourself or kind of being complacent, kind of a pushover, depending on how you have it. On its side, I think you're neutral. There's something being done behind your back. We had the Seven of Swords out here at some point. I don't know whether or not that was just for the first reading or the overall energy, but the Ace of Swords in the reverse here isn't all that great either. Um, but there's definitely something being held behind closed doors. There's deception, there's illusion, but it's all coming to light. This reading overall is telling me to get you to pay attention to your intuition. Okay. It's very crucial at this point. What are you doing, Hillary? Thank you so much. Greatly appreciated. Purple Aqua and Hillary, thank you so much. Congrats on your third super on a live stream. Woot woot. And Purple Aqua, this is your first super on a live stream. So congratulations. Thank you so much for that. If you can hold off and give me a minute to get through the next reading here, I will throw down some time to throw you some cards. So, thank you. It's greatly appreciated. Just to let you know, so far I've got some great reviews from people buying things from my store as well. The items are rather beautiful, great quality. Um, it's kind of sad to say, but one of my particular uh, one of my particular supporters ended up grabbing some coffee cups, and what I don't think she maybe had them a day, 2 days, and they got stolen. So I guess that's how good they are. People want to steal them. Like there's a website right there. They're not that much. It doesn't take that long to get to you. It's based in the U.S. So if you people in the U.S. are thinking that you're not going to be able to get to um, partake because of the Canadian Postal Service, uh, the overall store is through the United States. So it should be pretty good, pretty easy to make a purchase. Now, the prices, I don't have any control over the prices. The prices are already set, so it takes care of the production cost and whatever else. But I do the all over print, so that tends to be a little bit more pricey. All right, number 3. What do we got going on for you? Oh, we got the High Priestess. We got the Sun. Got the Two of Wands back up in the mindset again for the third. space. Nine of Wands. Number 3, what's going on with you? Somebody's, well, you're wanting to take a new step in a new direction, and I think you very well could be coming to a crossroads. You're using your intuition. You're feeling a little bit defeated in the heart space, and you're suffering from being left in the dark and quite possibly blinded by the light. Um, Give me a moment. Get the rest of these cards out. We got the Queen of Swords in the past. So you could have been having to nurture your truth. The Six of Swords in the current, which is in the reverse. And so you're kind of focusing on staying put. Maybe you're feeling through some sort of emotions or some sort of communication. You're trying to, um, I don't know, the feeling I'm getting, you're trying to calm the waters. Maybe you're putting it all on the table. You're trying to call truth. Two more. No? Okay. We've got the Knight of Pentacles on the bottom. We got the Four of Wands on the top. Both are in the reverse. And we got the Six of Wands on the split. So what I'm getting from this right off the bat is that you're letting go of a particular foundation. And again, this is kind of foreshadowing the first reading, but where they don't know exactly where they're going, I think you already have an idea as to where you're going. You know where you're headed. Things are being revealed to you. You're standing in your power. You're using your intuition. You're on point. You are tapped in. You are nurturing your truth that is you. You know your pathway. You've been focusing on that, and you know where you are. You're at the crossroads of making a change, a big detrimental change in your life. Okay, and I think it's due to some sort of defeat in the heart space. I get this feeling like you don't want to play games anymore. So you're not playing games anymore. Maybe you're sitting, maybe you're staying put, maybe you're feeling through the particular emotions rather than just walking away. You know, it very well could be that you're not learning the lessons. Maybe you're feeling like you're missing out on something. Maybe this is why you're not moving out. Maybe this is why you're not moving on. There's something still to the story that you need to find out. Now, I do believe that there's an inkling or a direction to go to move forward, but I think there hasn't been something revealed just yet with this particular situation. I think you're thinking about your next direction. What direction do you want to take? Are you turning left or turning right? Going straight ahead? But you know you're going to have to use your intuition along the way. But I get a feeling that there's some sort of information it's trying to blind you. There's something trying to blind you or keep you in the dark. It's just a very odd kind of feeling that I get with that. Now, with the Four of Wands in the reverse, okay, with the Four of Wands in the reverse and you've got the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, this is a lot of instability. This is chaos. This is a lot of manipulation, okay? This kind of even smells like financial manipulation, like somebody's holding a dollar bill over your head, okay? But it's just giving me a very weird energy. The Four of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles. This is going nowhere fast. Not very good at all. But the Six of Wands and the Eight of Wands coming in. And then we've got the King of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups in reverse. I don't know. It's not very compassionate. It's not very stable. It's rather manipulative and chaotic. So I can understand as to why you're having to use your intuition. I can understand why you're wanting to move forward and you've been thinking about that. It's been on your mind. I can understand it as well why you might feel defeated and unable to move forward. But I need you to remember that you need to continue to nurture your truth. And even if you're not ready to walk away yet or move to calmer waters, and you feel that there might be still a lesson, learn the lesson. Finalize it out. When you figure it out, figure it out. But I get a feeling that you're, to a degree, you're at that precipice of flipping this card around. And you're ready to make that choice and you're ready to make that move. But I think it's something to do with your heart space that's holding you back. And it's not necessarily that you're trying to let go of someone else, but it's more or less it's trusting yourself and trusting someone else. Okay? It's one thing to remove yourself from particular situations, but it's another thing to trust yourself again, to make the right decision to whether or not you want to particularly maybe meet someone. Um, whether or not there's red flags that come along with that is your discernment and your intuition, and this is where the High Priestess comes in. Okay, this is where the Queen of Swords comes in. Being honest with yourself, making the right commitment, and allowing Spirit to guide you in that. I kind of get a sense of there might have been a disconnection with your higher power at some point, and this is kind of what got you off in a different direction than what you should have been. So there might be some sort of lessons that you're still needing to finalize before you can move forward out of this paradigm. Just know that it's a process. Know that you're going to get through it. And just to make sure that you focus on being compassionate towards yourself so that way you show up for yourself as an example and you can then show compassion towards other people. Okay. Purple Aqua. I'm sorry I don't know where the chats are, but you have way too many questions. You never know what to ask. So let's take a look. Can you just verify that you're still here? I understand you just messaged in the chat. I just want to make sure you're paying attention. I ask Archangel Michael to stand guard, please. I call my power back to me from anywhere, anything, anyone that chooses to send any ill will, evil eye, or anything negative of any sort towards my direction with any ill intention. May it be automatically blocked, transmuted, and turned into blessings of prosperity, healing, closure, for not only myself, but for the collective. As above, so below. As within, so without. So it is. I was cutting the cords that are no longer meant for me. Blocking them out and only allowing those that are in that frequency, that are in alignment with my highest timeline. Alright, Spirit, can I please get a message for Purple Aqua? What is their best blessed message? What is their best blessed message? Be patient. Wild. 3 of Wands, 4 of Wands, 6 of Wands. Wowzers. This is a major celebration, I'll tell you. This is waiting for your foundation. This is waiting for your ships to come in. This is waiting for your flowers. This is like, let's rock and roll. Let's celebrate. There's something about a Wheel of Fortune, and there's also a 4 of Pentacles sitting here. Okay, so this is about a Wheel of Fortune and focusing about self, creating a foundation for self. Maybe holding things close to your chest, or working in silence, calling it truce. Now, this King of Wands, he's not guarding his intentions all that well, though. The 10 of Pentacles in the reverse, the 3 of Swords in reverse, Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. What am I doing? 10 of Swords, sorry. 9 of Cups, the Hangman, the World upside down. Like, what in the actual heck? The Queen of Pentacles in reverse, the 3 of Swords in reverse, the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. I get the feeling like this is like not taking any accountability for anything about the destruction of a foundation. And then the World, the Hangman, the World in the reverse. I'm going to do some new cards because this ain't. I just gotta like talk this crap out because this isn't right. There's a message here. It's about 10 of Swords, wish fulfillment. So it's like cutting off a wish fulfillment and hanging up, and somebody's world's all upside down. So like somebody's trying to turn somebody's world upside down, hang them up, and end their wish fulfillment. I'm not even sure. I don't even think that was related to you. It was why I'm gonna throw you some new ones, because that's bullshit. I'll put the King of Wands back in there too. No, but I think you are coming to a truce. You're focused on some sort of Wheel of Fortune. It's working in your favor now. You're focused on yourself. You're being patient. You know you put work into something, and you're now receiving. You're about to receive the harvest. You're about to receive your bounty. It's like you just made your orders on Amazon, and you're waiting for the package. Pretty much. You're waiting for Christmas. So 401, this is about stability. This is about family. It's about uh, tradition. It's about putting a ring on it, maybe. About giving flowers or getting some sort of recognition after a lot of hard work. Having to go through a lot to get through. But something tells me you're through the worst of it. I don't know. I'm not even sure if that even resonated. But, hey, Marianne. Marianne, the answers have always been there, right there in front of you. You're just questioning it. I don't know. Is that vibing with you, Purple? Is any of that message vibing with you? Because I don't think it did. And it's okay if it didn't. I know there's karmics in the energy right now. So, and I don't know, like, I hope you're still in the chat. I've noticed some people have been getting kicked out of the chat. So I apologize for that. Hillary, I think. Yeah, Hillary Taylor. Thank you, Hillary Taylor. I see your messages, Rachel. I'm just not going to answer absolutely every single one. Okay. It's a lot of messages all at once. All right, Purple, are you still here with me? Did any of that message resonate with you? Were you looking for a message? You want a message? I know you have so many questions. If I had something to tap into, I might be able to tap in a little bit better, but I don't know. I feel a bit of nervousness and closed off. Well, let's rebuke it in the name of the divine, because it sucks. Hillary, are you here? I try to do my best to be on every night. Ryan, what's your biggest hang-up? Hey, Ray. Awesome. Why are you even being in here? Get out of my chat. Marianne, try to have a little bit of compassion, okay? Um, can't even imagine about wrapping my head around what they go through. And I'm not saying put up with their bullshit, but try to have some compassion. Move forward with compassion. So that you're letting them win, right, Ryan? You're talking like depression is a bad thing. Depression actually represents deep rest. Your body's calling for it. So, in essence, the narcissist is making you go within yourself. Do your best, Mariana, to try to get them out of their victim mode. Try to get them empowered. Try to help them remember their joys, what they like to do, and maybe support that. Okay? Hey, Sam. Because I think if they had an outlet to work with, I think they would have something to pour their energy into. It would help them release a lot of the pain and the suffering, right? Maybe get them painting canvases or something. Samantha, you didn't lose your job. You just opened up some free time to look for something better. It's all happening in divine timing. This was meant to happen. It's meant to open up some free time for you to take a look at yourself, where you want to go next, and make something happen for you. Well, Purple, things are going to change for you, right? I think you're going through a bit of an awakening. You might be a little bit unsure as to what the status quo is right now. But just be true to what your intuition is telling you. Focus on your inner compass. And most of all, focus on showing up for yourself. Is there any other messages for Purple? Yeah, we got the 401. Your foundation's going to change. There's going to be clarity and collaboration coming in for you. All right, Purple? That's good things. Good things, good things. The narcissist lives below you, so you could be as loud as you want and not let them sleep. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. Heaven forbid you stayed up late one night. Maybe had a party. Is football still on? Yeah, you're dealing with someone very manipulative. Oh, yuck. Not necessarily, not if you're enjoying yourself. Get a little yappy dog that's gonna yell at every little noise, just like the neighbor does. Mind you, I should shut up because it's actually been a quiet night tonight. Hillary, what's going on? What's going on with Hillary? What's going on with Hillary? Right, Ten of Pentacles, Six of Swords. You're walking away from a bunch of bullshit into a lot more stable situation. I'm happy for you there. You might be having a hard time sleeping. You might not have any hope, but there's clarity coming. Okay, focus on yourself. You might not be able to come to terms with certain things, so don't push it. Okay, there's people trying to collaborate against you, so be very, very vigilant as to who you share your energy with. And most of all, use your intuition. Okay, step into your power, my dear. There's some sort of recognition coming to you, and that what is done in the dark is coming to light, and you're going to gain a better, more stable foundation coming into the new season. So just stay true to yourself and focus on creating a good stability for you, okay? Well, the reason why Spirit's telling you to sit down and shut up is because, for one, you're overdoing it. For two, okay, um, I just lost my thought. For one, you're overdoing it. For two, there's messages there, and messages have come and gone, and you didn't bother to acknowledge them. As well, yeah, you're overdoing it. Oh my god, get out of the chat. I want nothing to do with you or your stupid hoodlums. For the love. Alright, I hope you've all subscribed because I'm changing this up a little bit. That's better. My goodness. Alright, let's see what it is. Just when you think you're almost done, something else bubbles up. So it's an ongoing thing. So if you think you're done, you're sadly mistaken. Okay? You're deceived if you think you've healed. You're always healing. It's a ongoing progression. Okay? It's the way it goes. The sooner you humble yourself with that knowledge, the better. It keeps you out of your overall alpha ego, is like I like to call it. And it helps you balance and humble you out. Alright, Spirit, what's the tea? What's the steam? What's the steam that we need to know about? What's the deal? What's the message? What's the steamy steam? We got the Five of Wands coming out, so there's definitely some sort of conflict. What's the deal? Alright, so Knight of Wands. There's a conflict with the Knight of Wands. Okay. The steam, what's the message? We've got the Two of Wands, so somebody doesn't know how to make a movement forward. They're kind of stuck. The Knight of Wands is rather inspired, though. But I have a feeling they have a hard time navigating. They use their intuition, but I'm getting a kind of a squirrely energy. Now we got the King of Pentacles coming out, and this kind of, I don't know. I'm getting this feeling like this Knight of Wands is having to grow up, but they don't want to. It's like they're going through a rude awakening. It's kind of like one of those growing pains kind of situations, and they're unable to move forward with that. Because I don't know, I'm getting a fact that they don't have any sense of direction. They're just kind of wandering aimlessly. Is the feeling I'm getting. Two of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck in the reverse, and the Judgment card in the reverse. So there's definitely a misbalance. There's a juggling of particular situations, and somebody's misjudging the situation as well. Okay. Somebody's not looking at it in the right perspective. We got the Queen of Wands, why am I saying Wands? Queen of Swords in the reverse. So there could be lies and deception happening. I'm getting a feeling that maybe the reason why I don't know, this knight has to grow up fast is because of some sort of deception. And it's partially as to the reason why the conflict and the inability to move forward in a new direction. So they're having to make a judgment call. I'm picking up a Sagittarius energy. Yeah, there's some sort of betrayal happening here. And something's coming in fast. I'm thinking this Three of Pentacles here, there's definitely some sort of betrayal happening. Conflict, betrayal. Eight of Wands with this, it's almost like the knight is being forced. It's like they're being forced to make a decision, but they're not making one. Knight of Cups and the Knight of Cups. So, what's this one? Page of Swords. I get a feeling that there's a lot of people coming in with some sort of offers of information or compassion. I don't know. It's just a very odd energy. Somebody's coming in with some sort of information and some sort of love or affection. Page of Cups on the bottom of the deck. What's the deal here? It's almost like this person's running away from conflict, I would think. Trying to heal the betrayal. Yeah, sevenfold blessings or something. Trying to give back what you lost. Trying to get back what you lost. Queen of Pentacles. Hey Gigi, welcome in. What's the deal? There's a tower happening. The Star, the Chariot, Nine of Pentacles in reverse. There's some sort of a tower. What's the next one? Eight of Wands and Knight of Cups. What's the deal? We got the Knight of Swords. So there's some sort of bogus bullshit coming in. There's communication coming and there's blessings coming in. But there's also communication coming about lies, I think. It's either that or there's some sort of deception happening. The Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. The Three of Pentacles in reverse. And the Judgment card. So with the fact that somebody's coming forward with some sort of compassion and information, there's going to be a judgment call needing to make due to some sort of lies and deception. Okay? And there's going to be some sort of, I don't know, I get this feeling that there's some sort of sabotage to some sort of blessings coming in. The needing to keep things silent. Yeah, no communication. Ace of Swords. There's definitely some sort of deception. There's some sort of illusions. There's some sort of lack of communication. What's the cat card on this? I want to get it out of here. I want to get it out of here. Come on, what's the cat card? Today would be nice. Thank you. Three of Cups. So regardless of all the bullshit, there's going to be some sort of celebrations, but I think you might be keeping it hush-hush with whatever this drama is. So just keep it to yourself. Don't be screaming it to the rooftops. Welcome in, Art. Things are good. I think I need a new set of lips, though. All right, Voice of Souls, tell me what the collective energy is all about. What do we need to know about? What do we need to know right now? Welcome in, everybody. If you're new here, check out the description box. If the message resonates, great. If it doesn't, that's okay. It's probably not for you. Leave it for somebody else. If you want to tap in for a message, you can hit the like button. If the message resonates, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the bell and hit the notification. I got a little store all set up, so you can check that out. I got a link there as well to order a reading. So check out my link section for a bunch of different ones there. All donations to the channel are graciously and gratefully accepted. Thank you to those that are supporting. It's greatly appreciated. To my members, I think I might get rid of the $4.99 tier on my members section. All right, Spirit, what's the deal? Give us a spiel. All right, somebody's receiving karma. All right, somebody's not being guided, or somebody's not listening to their guides. All right, message of guidance from Spirit is coming in. The number 36 or 16 might be significant for you. The number 7 or the number 9. Thank you. We got communication. So somebody's receiving guidance, all right, from Spirit, that somebody's not getting communication, okay, because they're receiving karma. So it's almost as if somebody lost their gifts. They lost their connection to the divine. Let's look into it. What's this karma? What's the karma card? Give me 5. Okay. 4 more. Okay. Okay. 2 more. 2 more. Somebody didn't lose their lesson. Somebody didn't learn their lesson. Okay? Somebody's getting major karma. I'm thinking it's a Cancer. Okay? Because they got themselves involved in a third-party situation that they shouldn't have. Okay? Because now they can't come to truth. Okay? They didn't learn their lesson. They're not moving on to karma waters. They're dealing with major chaos. And they're dealing with the fact that they ended a divine union. A divinely orchestrated union, and they destroyed it. That's what they're receiving karma for. They worked decades on this. Spirit's even saying they worked decades on this perfect plan to take you out and take you down. Interesting. And they're receiving karma for that. Spirit's saying that you need to cut off communication as well. To not only the Cancer, but the Gemini. Message of guidance. Okay. Message of guidance. Give me 5. Yeah, there's a Queen of Wands, a very vindictive Queen of Wands, that's crossing and creating an obstacle of truths. This is also about an Ace of Pentacles. Okay? So there's some sort of a Queen of Wands that's being vindictive and keeping truth away from an Ace of Pentacles. Like, this is very, very sly person. Okay? And the divine is trying to make sure that you know about this because they're trying to create an imbalance with you. All right. So I can relate to this. One more. Yeah, the Magician. So there's definitely energy work being used, but ultimately you have the energy within you to combat this. So this isn't something that you can't handle per se. What's the communication in the reverse? What's communication in the reverse? We've got the Four of Swords. So drop out communication and rest. Okay? Three of Wands and just be patient. Somebody wants you to stop talking about something and just be patient. Well, there goes the dog. Just like clockwork. Yeah, Nine of Pentacles. There's somebody energetically dependent on you, and this is why you're being asked to rest. Please continue to have hope. Nine of Wands, you might be uninspired currently right now. And you might be overthinking things about some sort of betrayal. I don't think you're necessarily overthinking it in the sense of that you're not thinking correctly. I think you're correctly thinking about it. You've connected all the dots. But what I think it is that the actual fact that they betrayed you is what you're overthinking. You know, you didn't think that these particular people would actually betray you. You thought they were at least family. You could call them trustworthy, right? But your connection to the Most High and the Divine has taught you something. It's brought some sort of an illumination to the situation. It's allowing you to know that you are not alone in this particular situation. So know that you are being guided. It's all happening in divine timing. Although there's somebody there trying to hold you back from receiving what's rightfully yours, everything that you're building is not for nothing. Keep going. Don't stop. King of Wands. Okay, what about the King of Wands? What about the King of Wands? Something about the devil. Alright, what's going on? With the King of Swords. The Four of Swords. Five of Pentacles. One more. Thank you. Three of Swords. I think there was a Capricorn that got in between a King of Swords and a King of Wands. There's some sort of a Capricorn. I'm getting more than one energy, to be honest. There is definitely more than one energy happening. It's really rather unfortunate, to be honest. I'm seeing there's a Capricorn, air sign, and a fire sign. Now, it could be an Aquarius, but I'm getting more along the lines of a Gemini. I don't know. There's many more than one. There's definitely more than one dynamic here. And I get this King of Wands. They just want to walk away. They just want to rest. They're just done with the betrayal. They're done with the bullshit. And it's almost as if this was orchestrated. There's some sort of premeditation here. Considering four to three. It's almost like there's something to they're wanting to put a rest to the betrayal to some degree, but it doesn't seem that way. It's like they're projecting some sort of rest for the betrayal. It's like they're trying to get you to drop your boundaries, trying to drop your guard so that way they can do this again. It's a dumbass energy that I don't want in my chat anymore. Oh. Yay. Somebody's got an Ace of Cups coming in. Some sort of a love offer. And a reconciliation. Oh no. No reconciliations. A resolve? Sure. I got no room for reconciliation. 7 of Pentacles. All of the work, it wasn't for nothing. Yeah, you're starting something new, right? And this something new, you need to keep it to yourself. Whatever your new projects are, they need to be kept quiet. Nobody needs to know about it. Not unless you're ready to have people see it for the first time. Otherwise, keep it to yourself. You got dumbass morons out there trying to ruin everything you got going on for yourself. Here we go. Tried to look for my animal whispers. What? Get back in there. What do we got for the collective? 1, 2, and 3. No, not like that, Spirit. Come on, let's stop being messy, will you? Let's just shuffle these cards up a little bit, give them a chance to maybe get mixed up. Get them all shook up. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. I'm all shook up. Alright, we got intuitive. We've got play. One more. And we've got patience. So, number 1, you've got loon. You're a frickin' loon. No, I'm kidding. You're using your intuition. Of course you're crazy. Of course you're loony. You have every right to be loony. It's part of your job, right? It comes freelance on your certificate. It's allowed, no worries. Listen to the song of your soul. Trust your intuition as you have a way of knowing. Emerge from the busy life and seek more solitude. Recognize that you are unique and that you are loved. Right? Let's go for number 2. Dolphin at play. Swim in the happy joy of living. Inhale confidence and exhale fear. Dive into your wisdom and go with the flow. Okay. And number 3, we've got heron. We got patience. Create a place in nature's stillness and be renewed. Take time alone to find balance. Step confidently towards your purpose. Patience will bring you rewards. I think I'm being pulled to do a collective of these, so I will. So this particular message will only probably resonate with a couple few. What's the overall 5-stat collective? Alright, so somebody's lost their ability to create. You might need to be doing some chakra work and work on opening up your creative chakra, which is your root chakra. Okay? Focus on being authentic, being in your authentic skin, being unapologetically you. It's going to help you gain inspiration within that connection. You're not feeling too clever. You're feeling like you kind of screwed up. You made a couple mistakes along the way. I get a feeling that maybe people don't think you're maybe so clever. Maybe you screwed up. I don't know. Two more? Yeah. You're tuning out the shaman within. You've got an inner guide that's trying to contact you, give you some sort of information. And the information that they're giving you is just saying like nobody's listening. And otherwise, don't be worried about other people's opinions. Okay? You should be finding joy in your day. You shouldn't have to worry about whether or not you're finding joy. It should be top priority. Okay? You have the supernatural abilities, and this is part of your authenticity. This is a part about stepping into your authenticity. This is about stepping into the supernatural magic that is you. This is a lot about standing in your power and no longer playing small. Okay? Yeah. You're feeling rather dull right now. And it's because of things that you're feeling guilty about, things you're holding on to that you're carrying with you, that it's holding you back and it's dragging you down. But you need to protect yourself and change your perspective overall. And part of that is tapping into your inner shaman, doing your shadow work, okay? Working through your healing, as well as also opening up to the possibility of infinite possibilities, because infinite possibilities are always around you. Part of the ability to see the magic is to allow that to flow in your life. And in order to allow that to flow in your life, there needs to be certain action in which that divine light can work with to create that special miracle in your life. So you can't necessarily sit there waiting for it to happen. You have to get up and make some sort of action happen. Okay, so as much as we would like to sit in our hermit hole and just stay home, sometimes, and I'm calling myself out, sometimes it's good to get up and get out. Now, if you're currently being gang stalked, if you're currently being um, spiritually attacked or dealing with warfare, yeah, staying home and staying in the hermit is the thing to do. Okay? It's a form of protection. But just understand there's a time and a place for everything. What do we got for the next card? Here, Spirit. What's the next card? And I kind of got called out earlier, right? They were kind of gaslighting me that I need to get out of my comfort zone and I need to go meet some new people. But when these new people show up with a bunch of red flags, how am I supposed to meet new people when I'm seeing red flags in almost everyone? And how am I supposed to, be able to trust my own judgment if all I see is red flags, right? And then there's others that don't have any red flags that it's questionable, right? Because you're still kind of wondering. Spirit's asking you to use your intuition when it comes to your supernatural magic that is you. Okay? The fact that you're feeling dull, sit with that dullness and find out where that's stemming from. What's the root cause of that dullness? And sit with it. Work through it. Feel through it. Release it. So that way you can come out of that particular spot and become vibrant again. Okay? Work through it. This is about invoking your inner shaman. I think part of the whole aspect of accessing your community is to gain a sense of protection. It's also a place to remove the dullness, and it's a good reason to remove the dullness because it gives you the ability to tap into your intuition, and it's also giving you that ability to protect yourself as well. By stepping into that, what's the next one? Yeah, so in order to protect yourself and be thinking on these infinite possibilities, you need to be a little bit more assertive. Okay, don't be so passive. Don't be aggressive, but don't be passive either. Be a happy in the middle kind of particular. Okay? Now, I'm getting a feeling that there's certain people, particularly in your community, that don't have your best interest at heart, that you need to use your discernment. Okay? Still lead with compassion, still lead with love, but use your discernment as to who you're sharing that with. Right? And call in your guardians, really, when you're needing to be assertive. Um, I'm really feeling like you're needing to have this community aspect, but when you're with the community, there needs to be some sort of an assertiveness, as well as with this a use of your intuition, stepping into your magic. You have infinite possibilities on providing some sort of protection and guarding, and I think this is what you're overall doing. There's a lot of chaos and there's a lot of vulnerability happening right now, and you're needing to guard that vulnerability. I think that's the biggest challenge here. Yeah, you're mastering this in the aspect of being vulnerable, in the aspect of knowing when you're not protected and when you need to shield up, as well as knowing who and when to guard yourself and others. You're utilizing your intuition, that's heightening. Your gifts are strengthening, they're becoming more on board. Ooh, confirmation. So ultimately, this is about empowering yourself, finding a balance within you. Okay? Raw, raw, raw. I like doing collectives with that deck, the Animal Whispers, because it brings out a totally different message. It's rather nice. Alright. What does the Sacred Feminine have to say? Let's see. My dog can be quiet anytime. Any monitoring spirits anywhere nearby, you can be banished back from where you came. You're not wanted here. May you go and haunt the ones that sent you. also, Divine, give them no other choice but to reveal themselves once and for all. Let them pop off their rocker if they need to, but leave us out of it. Keep us protected from their shenanigans. Divine Feminine, Divine Sacred Feminine. What's the current message that the collective needs to know about? We got decision. Somebody's not making a decision. Somebody's failing to make a decision. I think they're just tired. Yeah, it's about acceptance. That it's actually happened, I think, has a lot to do with it. It's about liberation as well. And the Matrix, of course. Right? Eternal embrace. Eternal embrace. And sacred sexuality. And no longer surrendering to the status quo of the Matrix. No longer surrendering to this particular embrace that doesn't add up to anything. I'm getting a feeling that people are being very, very two-faced, and it's very difficult to find anything that's actually honorable these days. Yeah, and that there's a lot that's holding us back from our true ascension. But there's revelations coming in, major revelations. Things about to pop off. Something to do with their past lives coming into union with the current. I think at some point when we step into this new earth, our past lives are going to be known again. We're going to be able to access them a lot more frequently. We're going to have the knowledge and the intellect of our souls from our past lives. It's all going to be integrated into this new life. You're going to have that knowledge accessible to you. All the lessons you've learned, all the experiences that you've had, you're going to have that available to you to move forward. I think to that degree, that's going to be a new thing coming online spiritually. We got the crucifixion card coming out, and I'm getting a lot of this is about the sacrifice that you've made within your reality, within your soul essence. I do believe there's a resurrection, so I do believe this is a confirmation as to what I'm saying about the resurrection of your soul, of the Akashic records of your soul. It's coming online again, so you're going to be able to access that individually on your own. Okay? So this is why it's predominantly important to heal. Right back at you, Ryan. You best stay strong. I want you hanging out for our New Year's party, which is going to be an online New Year's party. It should be fun. We had one last year. Yeah, this is all in divine order. Yeah. The attitude of gratitude is going to get you the farthest. What's the next one? What's the next message? What's the next card? finding the sacred feminine within. See, that's what's the big thing about this new earth. The people that want to be stuck in their absolute 100% masculine, 100% feminine, and they're not wanting to balance out both within themselves, it's going to create an imbalance. It's already creating an imbalance. So each of us need to know how to show up for ourselves, protect ourselves, guard ourselves. We also know how to love ourselves, nurture ourselves, and to be able to create. It's part of the secret sauce. Allowing your masculine and feminine to come into a union within yourself. That is the true soulmate union that we're constantly searching for. But we don't even realize we were the ones, we've always been the ones that we've been searching for. But the thing is that we're in a current matrix that's telling us that we need to search outside of ourselves for that. And this is where the great deception is. How can you honestly, truly have aspect of being in alignment with your soulmate when you can't even be your own soulmate? When you can't even come into balance within yourself? How do you expect to be in that frequency in order to receive that ability to have that soulmate union with someone else, if you haven't first had that with yourself? This is what keeps that soulmate union sacred. It is not accessible through karmic energy. So, this is why it's so predominantly important for you to heal. Because as you heal, you step out and you vibrate out of that karmic energy. You vibrate out of that north node into the out of that south node into the north node. Now, if you look on my community tab, there's a diagram of all the chakra energy centers in the body. When you look in the southern south node, you'll see all the karmic energies that you might have blockages in. As you look at these different energy points, it'll show different aspects of that energy point that you might need to work on, that you might maybe have blocks with. So as you work through these particular situations, memories, experiences, to release this particular blockage, you'll feel it release, you'll feel it almost pop, you'll feel it release, and you won't have to worry about it again. It won't come back. And as you do that, as you release all the blockages in your lower chakra system, you have no other choice but to elevate. You just do it naturally within the essence of your energy. Okay? Once you get to your higher north node, that's when things start getting good. That's when things start getting better. That whole phrase, oh, it's going to get better. You just got to believe in yourself. Well, that's part of believing in yourself, to be able to process the pain. It's part of processing the experiences. It's finding your own closure in a situation rather than waiting months and years for closure from someone else. 9 times out of 10, it's the way they treated you. That is the closure. You don't need any more closure than that. And the star is right there on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, Ryan, it's called deception. It's called illusion. It's called lies. And it's meant to hold you back from shining your light. So shine your light anyway. Shine your light until it hurts their eyes. That will be your justice. No longer care what other people's opinions are. Live your best life anyway. Focus on what's important to you and leave the rest. Hold yourself accountable. Yes. Angels, what's the message? What's the overall collective message? Yeah, so there's definitely some sort of reconciliation coming in. Emotional, romantic, enthusiastic, contemplative, Knight of Water, somebody's coming in. Maybe wanting to put a ring on it, want to show compassion. You might get an invite to a social event. What do we got? We've got justice in the reverse. So somebody wants to reconcile and show compassion towards some sort of injustice. Okay. Tell me more. The Five of Air in reverse. So there's some sort of a no longer wanting to talk shit. No longer wanting to be aggressive or acting on anything in particular. Justice for a King of Fire. Motivational, idealistic, ambitious, charismatic. So somebody's trying to come in with some sort of compassion regarding an injustice towards a King of Fire. There's a very destructive energy. We've got the Empress in the reverse. The world. Yeah, so this King of Fire's world was upside down at some point. Okay. Maybe a King of Air in reverse, a karmic air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, could be involved with this. This King of Air is being sneaky. It's almost like you don't see them coming. There's some sort of a renewal that they're looking for. For fuck's sakes, why do you keep logging into the energy, the Lovers and the Upright? They fumbled the bag, now they're trying to clean up their mess. Two of Air. They're not able to make a decision due to their pride, pretending like, oh, they don't want to take accountability. There's some sort of wish fulfillment. You very well could be their wish fulfillment. The King of Air in the reverse. So they're being very deceptive. I sure as hell don't want no fucking wish fulfillment with a lying, pathological liar. Why would I want any type of renewal with that? Make it make sense, Spirit. Come on. And second of all, Spirit, why would you continuously let this energy come into the collective energy if we're not going to entertain this to begin with? Why does it continuously keep coming back into the energy? We're tired. I know I'm not the only reader that feels this way. We're tired of this karmic energy, right? We'd five of fucking pentacles, this bitch, this asshole, if we could. But they're literally making it impossible. You know, they left us out in the cold. Why shouldn't we leave them out in the cold? We're somehow supposed to show some sort of compassion to the people that left us for dead. I'm sorry, I have a bit more discernment than that. I have a little bit more respect for myself than that. And on top of that, my collective and my tribe, I don't think they'd even appreciate me walking back to that shithole. It's not worth going back to that shithole, as far as I'm concerned. Like, if they want me to go back to this bullshit, you can give me 10,000 reasons. How about that? 10,000 reasons why I should take you back. You lying sack of shit. I don't give a fuck if you do show up right. I don't care. You can show up with roses in a limo, giving me a whole bunch of money, and I won't even take the money. Just get the fuck out of my face. You know, like, that's the situation. I don't want your money. It's probably dirty ass money anyway. I don't want to get into the limo because I don't trust you. I don't trust where you might take me. And I'm sure as hell not going to lash out and go to jail because you decided to take me for dinner and kidnap me instead. No. Fuck you. Fuck you and your renewal. Fuck you and your stupid ass wish fulfillment. Stay out of the energy. Just move on with your life. Yeah, awakening. You could have the biggest awakening of your life and I still wouldn't take you back. Right? Doesn't change the fact that you lied. Didn't change the fact that you casted so many illusions to the point where I didn't even know what the hell happened until it was too late. So no, I've learnt my lesson. They literally drain the fuck out of us. There's no spoons left. Moving in a new direction. Totally new direction. You'd sooner go in a new direction than not. And really, what is there to bring back? There's really nothing. Focusing on self and focusing on being passionate, adventurous, self-assured, and moving forward. Yeah. Psychic insights, emotions coming to the surface. I'm releasing fears for sure, but I'm not taking back anything that's wanting to come back. No. No. I got more self-respect than that. And you know what? I feel by going back to the past, I would be letting down my tribe, to be honest. I would be letting you guys down by going back to the past. And I think in some respect, I think that's why they're trying to come in and try to come back in, thinking that I'm not going to live up to it, that I can't control my own self. Really? I've stayed no contact this long. What makes you think I won't stay no contact even longer? Right? Like some people need to give their fucking heads a shake on it. Specifically the ones that string you along. And then finally, when you just say the hell with it and you're moving on, that's when they pop out of the woodwork, expecting you to give them another chance. Like, give your fucking heads a shake. You string us along and you make us wait all that time, only for what? No. We're not playing that game, Collective. We don't play that game here. You know, having to build a strategy and a resilience to the bullshit. This is partly in the reason why you need to heal, because as you step up into your north node, the south node bullshit doesn't really affect you as much, right? You got to be disciplined and have determination to move forward, despite all the odds, despite what's up against you. It's about self-empowerment and gaining some sort of ambition. Options and results. So finding the inner ambition and self-empowerment, being disciplined and determined, finding the strategy and the resilience, you end up with some options and results, okay? So it's whatever you're working on isn't going to be all for nothing, okay? But whatever you decide to plant is what you're going to harvest. So just understand that. With these actions and with the results, you're going to find stability and attainment, and this is what you build on. Okay, and it's mainly because of your dedication is to the what progress you're going to make. So keep that in mind when you're moving forward. Get inspired to explore again. Okay, to find some sort of self-discovery. If you already know thyself, then start to discover your environment and the overall experience. Learn to challenge yourself to bring growth to your life if you're feeling stagnant. And also have the optimism and innovation to move forward. Sky's the limit. Every day is a new possibility. Every day that you open your eyes again is another day to step into alignment to your best life. Allow the creative force and your confidence to guide you. Allow the joy and vitality come back into your life through the dedication and progress that you make. Celebrate the little wins that you receive, the little accomplishments. That's the thing. We get a lot of things accomplished, but we feel that it's not a big enough win to celebrate. Any accomplishment is a win, which deserves celebration. Okay, maybe it doesn't mean drinking a whole bottle of wine, but maybe you need to cheers and have a nice dinner, you know? All in moderation. With the dedication and progress that you put forward through your discovery and exploration, and finding the innovation and optimism within the creative force and confidence that you're bestowing upon the earth and blessing the world with. Okay? With these resources, this is going to give you the foundation to prepare. And this is preparing to go to the next level, stepping out of that lower frequency. I'm going to end it with this, my friends. I'm getting tired and I want to go to sleep. I'm back on a better schedule, so I'm back on a day schedule. There's going to be a renewal of self. There's going to be a quest coming up, okay? And there will be a moving forward, okay? So allow it to move into your life, allow it to integrate, but prepare for that because that moving forward is going to happen, okay? You just need to balance out maybe your finances and things are going to work out better than expected. Recovery, transformation. So, yes, you're in the process of healing. That takes time, okay? So show yourself some sort of compassion. Allow this transformation and recovery to happen. Okay, this is going to bring you nothing but success and triumph. Great, beautiful way to end the night. So there are blessings coming, but when you move forward, okay, allow yourself the time to rest. But always be looking forward. Always be looking to let go of that what no longer serves you. The Eight of Shells, the Eight of Cups. Let your intuition guide you, my friends. You talking to me, little B, about your playlist? Yes, we are. And we need to start being a little bit more compassionate, okay? And I'm calling myself out on this because I'm very critical of myself. It's mainly because everybody else has been critical to me my whole life. So now I have the joys of trying to heal that too. So we are always healing. You're always finding a new awareness, a new perspective to step forward with. And it's allowing yourself to grow through that. Not necessarily to go through that, but to grow through that. Okay? Because as long as we're growing, we're getting stronger. As we're getting stronger, we're getting ready for our harvest. We're getting ready for those blessings. So regardless if we end up putting down and picking up somewhere else, where we might think that we're losing out, all of that work done for nothing, like a Seven of Pentacles in reverse, right? The Seven of Pentacles in the upright is about success, about all the hard work that you put into something. When it's in the reverse, it's not getting really anything out. Maybe you're not getting what you expected. Maybe you're not holding patience enough to receive those blessings and that success. Give it time to come into fruition. You can't just expect to harvest the day after planting a seed. It doesn't work that way. You need to water you need to water what you're trying to grow. You need to tend to it with emotion and compassion and love. But don't bother focusing that love and compassion on things that don't serve you. Don't bother focusing on things that choose to waste your time. Don't bother wasting your time on things people that choose to lie to you and deceive you. They don't deserve a seat at your table. So, if you know people are lying to other people, chances are they're lying to you too. Act accordingly. You deserve better. And you have every right to stand up for yourself. And you know what? By you standing up for yourself and creating boundaries, yeah, you know what? You're going to piss people off. But if you're not pissing at least one person off a day, you're doing it wrong. 10 toes down. And on that note, I love you all. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I'll be back on tomorrow night, earlier time. Um, yeah, 11:11. Make a wish. Things are on the mend. Things are changing. Things are morphing. We're stepping into the new earth. We need to start embodying that new earth. We need to release what we can from this old paradigm as much as we can before we step into that. And this is about empowering yourself. So please, if you can't be good at it, be good to yourself. Okay? And if you're bored and you want more videos, there's plenty more videos to check out on my page. Don't allow the time stamp of 4 hours deter you from checking out a video. Pick a particular time that you like, 11:11 or 4:44 or 2:22, and click in on the message at a particular point that resonates with you and see what the message is. Okay? Usually in a 4-hour video, there's usually 4 collective messages. So it's either that or 1 or 2 that are clarified. Okay? So please enjoy yourself for the evening. Be good to yourself if you can't be good at it. And just know that I'm standing with you. I'm in your corner. Trash Panda, welcome in. We're just heading out, but you're more than welcome to rewind or watch the video. There's a bunch of interesting messages in tonight's live. Thank you so much for joining me. Go take a look at the store. There's quite a few items available. It is open for business. So go make your orders before Christmas so that way you can receive them. Can't necessarily guarantee that for the Canadian citizens, but American citizens, go check it out. You might find something that you like. All right. Until next video, I hope you have a great evening and thank you for